Hello YouTube! When this gets uploaded I am probably already in Italy, the land with the leaning tower of pizza, the Colosseum and other cultural things I don't know about. But other people probably do. This is a video I never thought I would make, and it will probably be a rather short one. And it will be largely based on speculation, my own speculation, so don't expect a lot of this to be canon. But I think it's interesting to talk about anyway. What I'm talking about is the Septim. Not the line, but the coin. Because we see it recurring in many of the games, and I think, what's the lore behind it? So with that said, let's roll the intro and kick off. The Imperial Septim as a currency has become ingrained within Tamrielic society ever since the Third Empire. So much so that even Ulfric Stormcloak does not seem to want to replace it by another coin with his face on it, I guess, and on the back, I don't know, that weird wolf logo of his or something. But how did the Imperial Septim coin, that's so widely used, came to be? This is a question I would like to ask, and why are they, for example, found in Nordic ruins and Dwemer ruins? Because those predate the Septim Empire by many years, and there's a lot of areas that supposedly nobody has entered after the original owners deceased, and there's Septim coins found in there. And I think that's really disturbing, so I will try to answer these questions in this video. So let's first take a look at the other name of everybody's favorite coin, the Drake. The Drake is, well, another name for the Septim. It's widely used in Morrowind, the game, but it's used a lot less in Oblivion and Skyrim. Actually, I haven't even seen it in any of those games. But in Morrowind, the Septim is called the Drake, but it's confirmed that it's the same coin. The reason the people in Morrowind refer to the coin as Drake is speculated because it has a dragon symbol on the back. Because one half of the coin is Tiber Septim's head and the other one is the symbol of Akatosh, a dragon. And that's why people think it's called the Drake in Morrowind. This, I think, is also what the coin will be called in a few years within the Stormcloak controls Skyrim to further delegitimize the Empire. Just call the coin Drake and not Septim. And if my speculations are true that the coin is also still being used in other non-imperial territories, like the Somerset Isles for example, I also think that due to the engravements of its use, I personally think that the coin there is also being referred to as Drake, because certainly in those territories people would want no affiliation with the Empire, but if they're still using their currency, the least they will do is probably not call it Septim but call it Drake. That said, how could this explain the fact that Imperial Septims are found in ancient Nordic ruins and Dwemer ruins? The following is of course pure speculation by me, but I think that the coins used by previous empires of Tamriel, so the First and the Second Empire, also had a similar dragon insignia on the back, since all of them were mostly associated with dragons, due to their link with Akatosh up until the Mede Empire. This means that if you extrapolate that a bit, it means the coins with a dragon symbol on the back have been in circulation way longer than the Septim coin itself. This could of course explain the fact that coins with dragon insignias on the back are found in ancient ruins. If we take the Alessian Empire as the first empire to use a coin called the Drake with a dragon insignia on the back, due to the link with Akatosh, this further confirms the fact that ESO NPCs also call the currency Drakes. because it's a coin with a dragon on the back. That said, I think that not the only reason we find septims in ruins is this lore explanation. I also think that one of the reasons can be that Bethesda did not want to overcomplicate things with different textures or different values. And I think that this also explains the fact one can find septims in places that are supposed to far predate the Alessian Empire and are very unlikely to have ever traded with the Alessian Empire or any other empire using a dragon symbol on their coin. Just because Bethesda does not want to overcomplicate stuff with different textures and currencies, and that's probably the main reason we cannot find any Dwemer or ancient Nordic currency in Skyrim, Cyrodiil or Morrowind. As to how I think the Imperial Septim came to be, that's rather simple. I already lightly touched on that in the previous explanation. I personally think that at the time of Tiber Septim's conquerings, there was already a coin in production that was maybe called the Drake. A coin with some depiction of a dragon on the back, and I personally think that Tiber Septim just decided to convert that production to a coin with his own image on it. And the dragon on the back made sure that the coin was recognized by his subjects as the Drake, but now modified to fit the new empire and the new imperial line. And I think that due to this connection with the speculated previous Drake, the name Drake actually persisted and has a preference over the name Septim until the present in territories that are less royal or less sympathetic to the Empire. For example, some parts of Morrowind. That said, I like to follow this up with a small personal theory of mine. Remember how I said Bethesda probably did not want to overcomplicate things with different types of currency and textures? I think that's also the case with the Septims themselves, because it's rather odd that we only find one type of coin with only one type of value. I personally think that in lore there would be a lot of different coin types with the Empire. For example, there could be different types of coins with different kinds of worths. For example, a coin with Emperor Uriel on one side that's worth 5 septims, or a coin with Emperor Scintura on the back that's worth 10 septims. But all of them probably have the known dragon insignia on the back to keep the association with previous currencies on Tamriel and to further legitimize the septim as a currency itself and have it been recognized by the subjects of the Empire. The point I'm trying to make here is that the currency as it's presented in the games is probably hugely oversimplified, and it's a shame that it's, well, largely not touched upon in lore. I haven't really been able to find anything, so if there is anything, please mention it in the comments. As for Bethesda, this just seems to be a game mechanic, but it would actually be very nice to know more about the Septim as a coin itself. Because, I don't know, a lot of people don't find this interesting, but I think it's a very interesting thing to just examine the currency of an empire, and I don't know, it's just my, I don't know, preference I guess. Again, this is all pure speculation by me and not to be taken as canon, so if you think all of this is very unlikely, it's okay. Tell me in the comments what you think of it and tell me if it's plausible, everything I've said right here, or if it's total bullshit. I mean, I have said total bullshit things in the past. So, if you liked the video, consider liking, subscribing and commenting for more Elder Scrolls lore videos. Comment your video suggestions in the comments below, because I'm really out of suggestions right now because I lost my suggestion list, which is really stupid. I stopped asking for suggestions because I had a huge list and I actually lost it because it was on my old phone, and I'm not going to do this again. Watch my last video where I explained the whole thing. But again, if you want contact with me and want to get channel updates, consider joining the Discord server, for which the link is in the description. And you can also add me on Discord and, I don't know, you can ask me a question or something. I don't do calls, I only do messages. Again, thanks for watching the video and I will see you in the next lore video. And as for the outro, there isn't one yet. I'm working on it. Here, have a meme.